Hey everybody, I'm Nicholas Snow, and on your itinerary today, well, I have your boarding pass for PS Air Bar and Lounge, which is the original airline speakeasy in beautiful Palm Springs, offering dinner, cocktails, and entertainment. And I just know you're very excited about this story based upon what you've just seen. So fasten your seatbelts. and there won't be turbulence, and I don't think you're going to join the Mile High Club during this episode. However, I have a delightful interview with the co-owner of PS Air Bar, Dennis Costa, coming up. So let me tell you about Outinerary. Outinerary is the travel show I'm developing right here on PromoHomo.TV, spotlighting out of this world travel while being out in this world. And I'm giving myself the tough job of traveling around the world and partnering with tourism authorities and entertainment venues and tour operators and hotels and airlines and putting together wonderful coverage for you. What separates me from a lot of those people that call themselves travel influencers is I'm always going to be about the long form journalism. I think there's tons of value in that. So I do have all the information about PS Air Bar coming up. You're going to want to stay tuned for that. But first, the way that I pay for my show is through your support. I invest most of my own money into keeping this up and going, but I really depend upon your support. And if you sign up on my Patreon page for as little as $3 a month, in the fourth month of your support, you get this bumper sticker. I have 4 of them on my car. They do get a lot of attention in your fourth month of support. Now, if you join at the $10 level, pledging $10 a month or more, by the end of 2025, then your name will go in the closing credits, and it will stay in the closing credits into 2026 as long as you maintain your monthly pledges to support PromoHomo TV. However, the $10 level giving with the closing credit benefit ends the end of 2025. And if you give $25 or more a month, then your name is always going to appear in the closing credits. And with that, I want to just now show you the names of the people that are supporting me at least the level of $10 a month. Look at their names and thank them when you see them. I'll be your life. I love all of my patrons. Thank you again. And if you want to support in a different way, my YouTube channel has paid membership tiers. And I encourage you to go there. You could sign up for $2.99 a month. That gives you exclusive content, including my complete documentary called Tinseltown's Queer 30 Years Later. So check it out. And now I'm going to thank my sponsors and come back with my very special interview with Dennis Costa, owner of PS Air Bar. I'm Nicholas Snow, and I'd like to thank Willie Ryan and John Pascal, owners of 849 Restaurant and Lounge, for their support of PromoHomo TV from the beginning. I was honored to work at the restaurant the first 4 years they were open, during which time I was inspired to write this. At 849 Restaurant and Lounge, sitting in the lounge area at a high top with a view of the Grand Corridor, the main dining area, is truly like starring in one play while simultaneously watching another, both with fabulous scenery and lighting, a gorgeous cast, fascinating characters, and exciting plot twists, complete with movie stars and paparazzi, not to mention fabulous eats. I call it reality dinner theater. See and be seen while starring in your own scene. Perhaps we'll have a scene together. Make your reservations at 849.com.
Hi, it's Brad Furr, a proud media sponsor of PromoHomo.TV, and I'm the owner of K-Gay Palm Springs and Gay Desert Guide. We just wanted to say thank you and thanks to Nicholas Snow for what he does. K-Gay Radio is a worldwide streaming service of great dance hits that you can listen to anywhere, anytime. And when you're planning your visit to Greater Palm Springs, use gaydesertguide.lgbt.
Ask your smart speaker to play KGAY.
Hi, my name is Matt Scalarud, president of Pink Media, and a very proud and long-term supporter of PromoHomo.TV. And so at Pink Media, we've been working with companies large and small, including destinations such as this, to kind of help them target and reach the LGBT community online. And so we've been doing this for almost 30 years. And what's more important is that, it started out with banner ads and email campaigns, and now we've morphed into social media and video, and it's all about storytelling. So if you have a story and a message that you'd like to get out to a very targeted yet broad audience online, reaching the LGBT community, give us a call or reach us at www.pinkmedia.lgbt. Thanks.
The LGBTQ Community Center of the Desert is the only Coachella Valley organization dedicated to meeting the diverse needs of all LGBTQ plus individuals. From our Palm Springs McDonald Wright building to the Center Coachella, the Scott Hines Behavioral Health Clinic, and the Community Food Bank, our mission comes to life by making meaningful connections to resources and to community that contribute to LGBTQ plus people's health and happiness. For more information, visit thecentercv.org.
And right now you're looking at the homepage of psair.com, and I'm going to put their website address up right now. This is going out live in August of 2025. So their summer hours are currently in effect. However, when you go here, you can learn about all sorts of things that are coming up. And just to give you an example, when you click on events, you're going to learn about upcoming activities. So they have early flight happy hour, Friday night parties, and they have some themed events coming up as well, which I'm going to get into when I broadcast the interview in just a moment. And that includes Murder on a Plane and Hijacked. So you might think, oh, well, that's in poor taste. But, they have murder mystery adventures all the time. And, we don't condone murder. So why not have a hijacked adventure or a murder on a plane? I mean, we've had snakes on a plane, right? So without further delay, let me play my interview with one of the co-owners of PS Air Bar, Dennis Costa. As promised, I'm sitting here in the first class section of PS Air Bar, which is an adjoining business and basically under the same ownership as Boucher, which is right next door, with my special guest and the founder and co-owner of this fine establishment, Dennis Costa. Hi, Dennis.
Hey, Nicholas. How you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I am staying cool.
Well, when we're recording this in August of 2025, it's over 100 degrees outside, but it is very cool in here. But we're in shorts, which a lot of people do on planes now.
Well, I think that would be just the Southwest people that actually get to wear shorts on planes.
No, not the staff. I'm talking about passengers.
Oh, well, yeah, we'd be surprised as to what people get away with wearing on airplanes these days.
Or not wearing.
Yes, or not wearing, yeah.
So tell me about how PS Air Bar came into being.
Well, it came into being with my husband, Tom Beatty, and he was flying to Japan a lot, and he was flying with a friend of his, Jimmy Feely, and they got to talking in the sauna, and they said, wouldn't it be really cool to have a bar that looked like a 737 airplane? And that was the beginning of putting things in our head that started to hurt. So we had to really find a place and get it done.
So your husband flew for which airline for how long?
For Continental for 28 years, and then they merged with United, and he finished with 34 years and then retired.
Which means that the two of you still have flight benefits?
We absolutely still have flight benefits, and we do use them. And he now works harder, he says, for this airline than he did for the other two.
But it's so much fun.
It is a lot of fun. We get a lot of fun people here. We have a great staff, and the object is to fly you to fun.
Fly you to fun. So at the website, which is psairbar.com, there's all kinds of information about upcoming events and activities. Describe some of the things that go on here.
Well, we do once a month. We do a mixer for the Palm Springs gay men. It's a mixer that on Facebook, and
I can actually throw in information. I didn't know he was going to jump into that right away. So that's how I came to know Dennis a bit better. Although I learned at the recent mixer that he and I have been in this same orbit for decades. We were in heaven together. That's another story. But that wouldn't be an episode of Outinerary. No. So the Gay Men of Palm Springs CA, all caps. It's a Facebook group with almost 17,000 members. Once a month, they have an official mixer here, which is a lot of fun. And recently, there was one in the middle of August that still brought out over 70 people. And that's how I became more connected to this establishment. And it's free for the people who come to that. Of course, they buy cocktails, but you put out every time a nice spread of très pas hors d'oeuvres.
Well, we try to put something out that gets people to understand what we do here at PS Air and the food that we serve. So we do our own cashews, our first-class nuts, Captain Bill's first-class nuts. We do a variety of flatbreads and pizzas and salads and sandwiches and sliders. So all kinds of stuff on the menu.
Well, you also have a variety of themed events. Like, did I see one like murder on a flight or something?
Yes, we do murder on a plane once a month, and now this season we're going to be adding hijacked. So we'll do that, and then we also will be having our Sunday brunch, boozy brunch, and this year's theme is around the world boozy brunch.
Okay, then hand me the in-flight manual. So this is just so fabulous. This is the in-flight manual, and I'm just opening. None of this is rehearsed. So PS Air Bar and Lounge, 611 South Palm Canyon Drive, Gate 21. I love 21. That. Palm Springs, California. And then, so we have signature cocktails, wines around the world, beer, signature mocktails, the summer menu, PS Air pizza, flatbread pizza, gourmet pizza, barbecue chicken pizza, and it goes on and on and on. And let me tell you, Pilot Bill does have first-class nuts.
He'll be happy to know that when we see him again.
Yes, well,
he is a real person. Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, at the last mixer, I think I ate about 25 of those roasted cashews. The reason I counted them is I log everything that I eat. That was almost 400 calories of cashews.
That is, but you know, cashews are not a nut; they are a legume.
let me tell you, Pilot Bill does have first class nuts.
He'll be happy to know that when we see him again.
Yes, well,
He is a real person. Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, at the last mixer, I think I ate about 25 of those roasted cashews. The reason I counted them is I log everything that I eat. That was almost 400 calories of cashews.
That is, but cashews are not a nut; they are a legume.
Well, they were delicious. Now, one of the things that you actually do pass at the event, the mixer, is the artichoke bruschetta, and it's really nice and warm.
Mm-hmm.
Guest Wi-Fi, scan to see all upcoming events, around the world boozy brunch, hijack, so much going on. How many people could sit in here at once?
Generally, we can get about 50 people in here. It gets a little tight at 50. In seats, 45 would be a great number to work with.
There are 45 seats in this room.
Yeah, it's a small room. It's tight. So,
well, I wouldn't have guessed that there were that many rooms.
Right. Well, and then we count the wing naturally, and then we also have the bar. So it gets a little crowded in here.
But how much fun is that? And then you have, in addition to the themed events, you actually have hours where anybody can just drop in at any time.
Yes.
Like there's Friday night as a party or something.
Well, we will be starting our Friday night party with Nouveau, which is two friends of ours that sing extremely well together, Des and Eddie. And they've been with us for 6 years, and we're just going to continue with that. And we'll be adding more of our seasonal entertainment, which we do, live entertainment. And that'll be coming up in September and October.
Wow. Is there anything else you want to say about the events and activities here?
Well, be prepared to have a lot of fun. There's dancing in the aisles. There's sometimes there's a little show with the crew that's here. They'll put on a little show with their bars, the flight bars, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, I literally feel like I'm on an airplane. I mean, I know in my head that I'm in the Sun Center shopping center, and my car is parked outside. But I literally feel like I'm on an airplane. Where did you procure all of these literal airline pieces? Because this was really in a plane, I'm sure. These were all really in planes. Where did you procure all this?
That's a very interesting question, Nicholas. We're in contact with a young man that was selling some seats on eBay. So we reached out to him, and he said, well, how many seats do you want? And we said, well, probably between 40 and 50, depending on the configuration and how we knew the space and what we could do with this space. He said, well, instead of selling them to you on eBay, I'd like to build, and then you can kind of pick out the seats that you need. And that's what we did. We went out to the Mojave Desert, and he had some seats kind of appropriated for us, but we literally wanted leather seats. He had some fabric seats, and that's just not going to work in a bar. So we have all leather seats, and they are actual 737 seats and 737 interiors. And we do something a little fun with the windows. So I'd like to do the next phase would be having something moving in the windows. So that may be coming very soon.
Wow. So what was your husband was a long-term flight attendant. What is your professional path consisted of?
Well, that's another really interesting question.
I'm an interviewer. I ask interesting questions.
I also was a flight attendant for National Airlines out of Las Vegas for 3 years. Then I got hired at Continental, and then 911 happened. So I was officially uninvited because they had canceled all of the classes. And you literally have to go to class to be a flight attendant for anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks. And you learn the aircraft and the safety demos and the safety procedures that you have to do on a daily basis when you are a flight attendant.
Well, harking back to 9/11, such a tragedy, and so many people in your industry were impacted. So many people around the world were impacted. I do have my own flight attendant story. So
are you going to tell it now?
I am.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you for that. Are you dreading it?
No, I'm waiting with bated breath.
All right. So I was a student at Arizona State University in the early 80s when America West Airlines came into being. And I considered applying to be a flight attendant because what young, charming gay guy doesn't? But I was too tall.
Yeah, well, they had standards and limitations at that time,
Well, now you can be a flight attendant and be tall.
or fat, or or short. Yeah, so it really doesn't male, female.
At one point, the reality is you had to be a supermodel to be a flight attendant, which makes me want to see photos of you when you were younger.
Oh my God, I would have. They're in my phone. I would have to show you. So sometimes I show people and they say, "Oh my God, who is that?" And like, really?
Well, if
Really?
you text it to me, I'll show it to my audience when this is broadcast.
Okay, we'll see if we can do that or not.
Well, it's not essential. So I'm imagining that you used your flight benefits for your recent trip to Machu Picchu.
No, as a matter, well, how do I say this? We have benefits that we can travel for basically free, or you have the opportunity to purchase tickets at a discounted price. So we always buy the tickets at a discounted price
Because then you're guaranteed the flight.
You're guaranteed the flight and to get there, especially when you spend a lot of money on a cruise or a vacation. You need to be there, and generally we get there a day or two ahead of time.
That's fantastic. So, is there anything that you would like to discuss about PS Air Bar that we haven't touched upon yet?
Oh, well, I just would like to see all of you come and visit us. We have a great crew, always ready to shake up some drinks for you. Signature cocktails like the Aviation or the Mile High or Turbulence, one of the great drinks that we've all procured here at PS Air.
Love that. Love that. Now, we didn't talk about, but should, right next door is Boucher.
Boucher. We started out thinking about making it almost like duty free, and we had gifts, and we had spirits along with wine and foodstuffs. But people here coming into Sun Center, the foot traffic is not as heavy as we'd like it to be. So we went in a different direction. So now we've turned it into a more like a wine lounge, offering wine and also cocktails from here, which can go into the lounges.
Well, which is great because you often will have overflow crowds in this room, and the next room it's like it is like the VIP lounge at an airport.
It's very much so. Yes, that was the intent. So we serve food in there as well, so you can go in and get a bite to eat and a cocktail or a glass of wine or a bottle of wine, and you can do it all right here.
Love it. Now, you do actually have seated dinners that are going to happen.
That's part of the Murder on a Plane, part of the Hijack, part of the Boozy Brunch, part of the in-flight dining experience, which also we happen to do on Saturdays, where you come in, you get a glass of bubbly, and you get a little appetizer, and then you get a meal served on a airline tray.
You know, that's what I was wondering, and he answered it. You get served on an airline tray. Do these have the trays that pop out?
Unfortunately, no.
No. So you either eat that on the table in front of you, or you hold them in your lap.
Yes, that's correct. And it's your choice of chicken, beef, or vegetarian. And then on Sundays we do the sausage frittata or vegetarian frittata or chicken and waffles. That's the choices.
Wow. Love it. Love it. Love it. Well, thank you for allowing me to be in first class. I was upgraded for this interview. I appreciate it.
Absolutely upgraded for Mr. Nicholas Snow.
Over 6 feet of snow has hit your first class.
Well, 6 feet of snow is a lot.
That's me. 6 foot 3 inches of snow. Well, thank you, Dennis. It's been fun.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
We're going to be landing soon.
Yay.
Oh, I really had a lot of fun doing that interview. And I was showing you the website before the show, and I realized the reason I was clicking on the wrong tab. So there is at PS Air, I'll stick that up on the screen again. So when you go to PS Air Bar, if you click on the tickets in the main submenu, that is where you can find the tickets that are on sale for Murder on a Plane and Hijacked and the Boozy Brunch and all sorts of things. And then there's the home page. And if you loved those photos I was showing you at the top of the show, there's a really nice photos and video section as well. And by the way, this is not an advertorial. I have not been paid by PS Air Bar. I have enjoyed Captain Bill's nuts for sure, 25 of them recently. But this is what I do. I want my viewers to have a vicarious experience of adventures in the world of travel and entertainment. And perhaps you might be taking your flight soon at PS Air Bar. With that, I want to thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Outinerary. And I'm going to see you next time. And again, thank you for watching.
In a safe place, I got room to breathe. Been a long chase, but at last I'm free. These open woods, I knew I could find peace here. Nothing like the city where I got tired of the running, the catching up. I got hungry for the stunning high mountain tops. So I made some plans, some dreams to catch, to promised lands, to find my path, see the planet from greater heights. I have found a place out of time and space, far from city lights, up on greater heights. See the blue sky, feel the wind that blows, get the rush in, heaven only knows. I'm all alone, still lying far from lonely, on a journey, on a winding road. Got tired of the running, the catching up. I got hungry for the stunning high mountain top.